music just feels so good. You're on to number one.
What is going on, everybody? How are you doing? Welcome back to the Echo Chamber right here on Triple Threat FM Radio. And I have international recording artist, officially international recording artist, Sa'ra Charismata. What is going on, Sa'ra? How are you?
Hey, DJ Echo. It's Sa'ra. I'm doing good. How are you?
Thanks for having me. Listen, I'm doing amazing. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you so much for giving us the time. I know it's daytime here, but it's nighttime over there, so I appreciate you giving us some time. If you're cool, I mean, let's just dive right into the questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, when did you start singing?
Oh man, I started when I was really, really young as a kid. Yeah, probably like 7 or 8, but it wasn't like anything like professional or anything like that. I didn't start recording until I was 15. I recorded my first 2 songs when I was 15.
Wow.
Before then, I used to sing in like musicals and that sort of thing. But it was, like after school type of stuff, you know.
Okay. All right. Can you recall an event or performance that was like it gave you that, I don't know, that kick, like, wow, this is what I want to do. Like, I feel the high of being on stage or in front of people. Like, do you remember a specific performance?
I mean, if I think like back to childhood, yeah, I mean, I used to always like perform in front of like my parents and my parents' friends, and I used to get a lot of attention doing that. So it just kind of, I got a lot of attention and validation. So it just naturally like followed me throughout my life. Just that like need for, I wouldn't say need for attention because I don't really like attention like that anymore. But for a long time, I guess I did crave it in a sense. But I can't recall like a specific event like, oh my God, I remember someone said this to me, and after that moment I just started performing. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't like a one time thing.
Okay. Do you play the guitar? Because I saw that you play the guitar and you're a phenomenal singer. Are there any other instruments that you play?
No, I don't. And actually, I haven't played guitar in many years. It's actually kind of sad. But I used to play the guitar a whole lot, but I haven't played in many, many years. Actually, I just I took a hiatus from music for a little while, including playing guitar. And I haven't been able to pick up the guitar. I can't explain it. It kind of gives me anxiety.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's kind of deep, actually. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Is it like the concentration, or is it just like?
No, it's actually like, I think it's like a disappointment in myself for, like, for me to pick up the guitar now, it would be like starting over,
Oh, it's been that long.
It's been that long. And I'm sure once I pick it up, I'll just I'll just know what to do. I'm sure, but I guess it's like, I don't know if it's like riding a bike, but the thing is, the thought of picking up a guitar and not knowing what to do freaks me out. So I haven't been able to do it. I sold all my guitars. I had like 5 guitars. I sold all of them like 3-4 years ago. So when I think of playing, it's just like anxiety ridden, because it just reminds me of how I failed myself.
Oh wow, we're getting super deep right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's totally fine. Oh, okay, all right. All right. Well, then we'll just hop on out of this subject.
I'm gonna give you real. I'm not gonna give you the everything is great, I'm great. I'm gonna give you the real deal.
And I appreciate that. We appreciate that. We love the clarity. We love the openness. That's what we want. We want to know the person behind the song, the writer, the producer, the person behind the mic. So this is good. This is good. All right. So, so besides being a professional singer, you're also a lawyer.
I am.
What
Yep.
what type of lawyer are you?
I've done a lot of work in entertainment law. I've worked at record labels. I've done work in film and TV. I used to work for Harvey Weinstein, actually, in New York.
Okay.
Yeah. And here in Sweden, I've worked at, at media and publishing houses and as in-house counsel. I've also worked in tech. So I've done different things, but my main thing I would say is media and entertainment law.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long did you go to school for that?
Well, law school was 3 years, but before then, it was 4 years in undergrad. So post high school, it's like 7 years to become a lawyer.
Okay. Do you find that helps you when you're making decisions about music? That you don't have to depend on somebody, that you don't have to. Do you have like lawyers that you work with that help you with your music, or is it just like, hey, I got the education, why not I just do it by myself?
Yeah, no. I draft my own contracts, all of that. No, I have no problem doing that myself. It's actually, it's a blessing and a curse because sometimes I get in my own way because I know too much, right?
Right.
But it's a great thing because people can't like pull one over you. Like, I'm not gonna name any names, but
right.
I was dealing with somebody in the music business recently, a PR person, who he wasn't doing his job basically, and I was calling him out on it. And he started saying, like, well, I'm going to call my lawyer. And I was like, actually, yeah, please do. I'm a lawyer too.
Bring it.
So, yeah, basically bring it. And as it turns out, I mean, he was basically the one in the wrong. I talked to his lawyer, and his lawyer was like, yeah, no, don't pay this guy. You're totally right.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But my point is, like, if I didn't know my rights, if I didn't know that I wasn't doing anything wrong, he would have totally hustled me. He would have hustled me for so much money, and I would have just, I mean, he would have, like, Joyner Lucas me, basically.
Right.
Allegedly, you know.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like, so in those moments, I do recognize that it is, I'm blessed to have that, you know, in my back pocket, and also not having to worry about, because, like, I draft a contract, like a producer agreement, like, in like 2 minutes for me, right? It's like super simple. But I can see how for someone that isn't well versed in this area, you know, you'd have to get a lawyer, and, you know, lawyers charge a lot of money for basically not a whole lot of work. And and to begin with, as an independent artist, you don't have a whole lot of money. I just see how it all could just be like a messy thing. So yeah, it is a blessing.
Do you find it? Okay, so you're a working lawyer. You're obviously a working, singer, artist. Do you find it hard balancing the two of them? Do you kind of have it where it's balanced right now, where it's like, I have designated time for this, I have designated time for that? Because we go through. I've asked some of the artists that have been in school, going to their doctor, going for their doctorate, going for their masters or whatever, where they have to set time apart for each from each other to kind of be the best at both of those. So in your case, you're a working lawyer and a working artist. Like, how do you manage the two of them?
It's interesting because for a little while I was only doing music, and I was a bit younger too, but things were definitely moving, because like when you're a lawyer, it's also like a different lifestyle. It's difficult to go from being like, it's almost like you go from being one person to another, because you're in a sense playing a character when you're a lawyer, and then when you are an artist, you have this artist persona. So it's not super simple to just switch from one to the other. And at one point, I was only doing music, and I could only focus on being like an artist and everything that entails. And yeah, so things were a bit different. Things were definitely moving, I think, faster for me. But also there was this, I felt more authentic as an artist because I was only doing that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does.
But now that I'm doing, but I have to pay my bills, and unfortunately, I'm not in a place where music like supports me.
Right.
Like, I can't have the lifestyle that I'm leading just being with my music.
Right.
So yeah, I work as a lawyer partly because I need to, because I need a job. Also partly because I'm good at it. Also partly because it is kind of fun, right?
Okay.
It exercises a different muscle.
There you go. I like that. All right.
But
I like that.
it does. But with that said, it's like it's interesting because I'm actually on vacation now for a few weeks.
Okay.
I'm in between two jobs, and I thought that I would be so much more productive. But for some reason, I'm more productive when I'm also working as a lawyer than I am when I have all this free time. I thought that I would be doing so much more for my music.
Right.
But it's almost like the frustration of having a 9 to 5 is my motivator. So when I don't have that motivator, it's like, do you see what I'm saying?
Right. It's like the juices are flowing for one. It helps the other.
Yeah, and the motivation is sort of like for me to be able to like get out of having to work a 9 to 5 so I can focus 100% on my music.
Right.
But when I'm not working 9 to 5, I don't have the motivator to like. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, let's say you have a job that you just don't like. That's the motivation right there.
Mm-hmm.
But right now I don't have anything that I'm like trying to get away from. So it's like, yeah, it's interesting.
Okay. Oh wow, that is interesting. You're right. You're absolutely correct. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's get into it. Let's talk about. So this is your debut single, right? This is your first song.
No. Oh no.
You have a library.
I have a library. I mean, I don't have that many songs on Spotify, but I have been active for many years. Like, if you Google my name, not to be like Google my name, like you'll see stuff.
Well, you have a distinct name. It's not. I don't think anybody else has your name.
Oh, Sa'ra Charismata.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else has that.
Yeah, you should Google it because I've been doing this thing that I call protest pop music.
Yes, I wanted to get into that. So we're already here. Let's go into it. So you call your music protest pop. So explain what that means, and why did you start it?
Well, it started. I've been doing it for a very long time. I just didn't call it protest pop until like maybe 10 years ago. Right. When I was in college, I was doing protest music, but it wasn't like very poppy. It was acoustic. It was like me and a guitar basically. Right. So I've always done sort of like protesty music. And then at one point, I think it was in like 2013 or something like that, I started making like, like legit pop tracks. It's like if it was a fusion of like hip hop, punk, and pop. Right. And I would just like bury my messages, like because I realized that partly because I thought it was I have a pretty I'm a pretty like kooky person, so I like to play around with my lyrics a lot. Okay. I play with analogies and that sort of thing. So I like the idea of like burying like a lot of messages in my music. Okay. But when you hear it like in plain sight, you wouldn't find it.
You like making people think.
Yeah, but you have to kind of like dig into to me and the music to sort of like it's like it's a I put out like it's almost like pieces of a puzzle. So you have to kind of be into it to really enjoy it. And when people do get into me, I almost get like at one point I had like almost like a cult following. It wasn't a whole lot of people, but people kind of go like nuts because they're like, oh my god, I didn't know this meant this, and I didn't know how that connected with this and that, so it's that sort of thing. But I did take a hiatus for like 5 years. So now when I put music out, like you just said, it's like, oh, is this your debut single? No, it's not. I used to have a record deal with Universal. Mm-hmm. Like I've had my music on the radio, like a lot of things was happening for me. But I just never had my breakthrough. So it's like it's almost as if like I never did anything. So every time I put something out, it's like I'm starting over. It's like, oh, it's right. But it's really not like. Okay. Well, see about me.
why is quote unquote or hashtag protest pop? Why is that important to you?
It's important to me because I've always had this like acute awareness or like a sense of social injustice partly because of my upbringing. I'm, I come from like an immigrant background, even in Sweden. My parents migrated from the war in Eritrea in the 70s. and then they moved to Sweden, and I was born in Sweden still, and I moved to the U.S. But my point is, like, growing up, my my surrounding was very like influenced by, you know, war and conflict and that sort of thing. That's what I heard growing up as a child. So it's just always been with me. It's like part of my DNA, you know?
Okay.
And so it's almost like impossible for me to create anything without that influencing my work.
Right. Then let's talk about your latest creation, which is Life Is Not About Control.
Yeah,
and
it's a little different. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not your ordinary, like, flashy, like, pop title. You know what I'm saying? People usually try to, like, Life Is Not About Control. So it's the brand new track. Okay, this is your latest song. When did you drop it?
I dropped it now it's been like a month.
Okay.
But Life's Not About Control, or LINAC, LINAC as I call it, the acronym. It's not my ordinary protest pop song. It's
right.
It's not how I normally craft my protest pop songs.
Okay.
This one is a bit more personal, actually, because this one is something. This is a song that I created after, you know, many years of like self-isolation and sort of me going through a lot of struggles in my life. So this is more, it does fall under like the protest pop umbrella in the sense that it has like a healing message and societal message. But it is more personal for me and my struggles, and I think a lot of people can relate to sort of the message, I hope.
Okay.
But it's slightly, but I just want to give you that like precursor, I guess.
Right.
For someone that's like new to my music, hearing this song, they might be like, "Oh wait, is this protest music?" Like, listen to all my music, and you'll understand like the bigger picture.
Google it.
Yeah.
And everything you have is available on iTunes and
Yep.
iTunes and Spotify. So as soon as this show is done, I want all of our listeners to go on iTunes, go on Spotify, follow, like, purchase all of Sa'ra's music, protest music, the new track, which I love. It's got like, I don't know, it's got like an 80s flair to it. It's got like, it's upbeat, but it's like, I don't know, like when you were making this song, was this something that was put on your, like, this was put on your lap, the way the song was structured, or did you kind of create this with the producer?
I started writing this song in 2013 or 14, believe it or not.
Okay.
But I never completed it. I just started writing like the verses, and then I just left it. It didn't feel ready. I didn't feel completely vulnerable. I don't know why I was writing it. Actually, I used to say, you know, that I wasn't even writing it about myself. I was like, oh, this is about someone else. I wasn't ready to like claim my challenges. Right. You know, I wasn't ready to be vulnerable like that. So I just left it. And then I was working with this producer, an old friend of mine from New York, during the pandemic. I was in Sweden, he was in New York. And we just said, hey, let's do something together. So we just started working on a track, and it just occurred to me that it's time for this song. It's this song that needs to be, you know. So we just started working around the song that I had, and created produced a track for it. And that's sort of how, that was like the mechanics of how the song came to be.
Okay. You have.
But the real interest.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying. But the real interesting thing about the song is really the content of it. Other than the interesting sounds and the throwback to the 80s, it's definitely like, I say that it's the genre is like a combination of like old school, like Swedish classic, like pop music, like ABBA type of like chorus, mixed with like Culture Club, Karma Chameleon with all the harmonies.
Yes.
Mixed with some like, you know, black gospel music. It's like a mix of different things.
Right.
And I've crafted it like very carefully. That's exactly how I want it to be. This is actually a song that I feel like I can I'm very proud of it because it's so crafted, it's perfectly crafted. In
Right.
that sense, I'm proud of it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is it popping out there in Sweden? Is it? I mean, is it like are you performing it a lot? Like what's the vibe from it out your way?
I haven't performed at all.
That you haven't performed this song at once yet?
I haven't performed at all.
Oh,
And
we gotta
that's
get
my
a
bad.
performance of this song. What about some YouTube
I
lives or
was talking to
something?
Yeah, listen, I was talking to my PR person today, and she was saying like, "Oh, you gotta go out and perform the song." And performing used to be my thing. And
Yeah.
you have to understand, like, I'm coming back from like a 5-year hiatus. Like, I'm calling people that haven't heard from me in 5 years. Like,
Right.
hey, yo, what's up? Like, can you put me on? And they're
Right.
where have you been? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not that easy. I'm trying, and I'm kind of like in this place where like I'm struggling. It's kind of like with the guitar thing. Like, I'm struggling, like accepting that I have to start over because
Okay.
in my mind I'm somewhere else. Because in my mind, over the past 5 years, I've been developing,
Right.
But people in the world, they haven't seen anything from me. So I'm really like starting over, and
Right.
I'm not accepting the fact that I need to go to a dive bar basically and beg them to like let me perform for 5 minutes. That's where I'm at right now,
Right.
But in my mind, I'm like where I left off. I'm like,
Right.
what do you mean these festivals don't want me?
Right.
What do you mean I can't go like to this big club and perform?
Right.
Yeah,
no, I understand. I definitely understand. It's like you're established. You've been out there for a while. You have a lot of music, but it's been so long since you've put something out there that people almost not forgot about you, but you've taken it because everything's about momentum. I think everything's about momentum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you lose a little bit of it, it takes a hit not only on you but other people wanting, hey, where's she been? Where's she been? So,
yeah. And I was never famous, mind you that. So,
Right.
So imagine if I had at least had like a real breakthrough, because I had underground buzz. Like, people like in Stockholm knew who I was, which is a pretty big deal in itself. Like, Sweden is a big country to be recognized in as far
Right.
as music, but it was still on some underground. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I had mainstream recognition. So I don't have anything to fall back on.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just
All right. Well, we're gonna do our best. All right, we're gonna do our best. DJ Hugo Boss has played your music. I've played your music. Hopefully, this will get a little extra because I mean, you're really, really good. The song is really, really good. Is it part of an album? Is it part of a bigger project, an EP, a full album, or are you kind of just throwing out singles to kind of gain that momentum again?
I'm just throwing out singles for
Right.
now, because I don't have the resources to do an album right now.
Gotcha.
To
Okay.
tell you the truth. And I'm not sure where this is going. Like this, I'm just getting my feet wet again, and just trying to gain an audience and trying to see what resonates with who.
Right.
So I'm gonna just keep doing the single thing
Right.
for
Okay.
a little while. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. What do you want people to take away from the Sa'ra experience? Like, what do you want them to take away from your music? From when you talk. I mean, you look like a model. You've got your photographer does amazing work. You know what I'm saying? The video that you did for Life Is Not About Control. I mean, just really, really well done. Like, what do you want people to take away from the experience of watching your videos, listening to your music, listen to you talk? Because you also on your Instagram it said TEDx, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you've done a lot. What do you want people to take away from following you
Yeah, I would say get into the experience. Real, and I can't stress this enough. Listen to all my songs and listen to the lyrics. Go back and read my old interviews.
Right.
I mean, geek out.
Dive in. Let's go.
Yeah, that's kind of what you have to do. I'm not an average pop singer,
Right.
Or I can't just. That's not what's gonna get you hooked. You have to get the bigger picture.
It's the whole part. It's the whole package.
So if you have some time one day, like, and you're just like bored or whatever, be like, let me geek out on Sa'ra for an hour.
That's
Let me
it.
see what's out there on the internet.
Right.
Like, there's some really weird stuff out there. I have different aliases. Like, there's like a whole thing out there.
All right. So, well, while we're here, while we're talking about people following you, let's go over your social media. So, how can people find and follow you? Where are you on social media where they can find you?
Okay, so I just started a new IG because there's 2 IGs. One is hacked. Don't go there.
Don't go to
the
the
other one is okay. So the one that you need to go to is I am Sa'ra Charismata. So it's like I am Sa'ra Charismata with the CH. I am SARA Charismata. CHARISMATA.
Gotcha.
I probably need an easier name, but
it works. It works. Again, no one has it, so you don't have to worry about,
Yeah, and I guess they can go to your IG too if they want to find me because you have me tagged on.
Yes, so I have the flyers up. We'll put some of the interview up. It'll also be on my Instagram, on the radio stations, on my YouTube, the radio station's YouTube. As for your YouTube, how can they find you?
Yeah, YouTube, same thing. YouTube.com/Sa'ra Charismata. I'm not saying Sa'ra because you can't put an apostrophe,
right,
so
exactly.
It's just Sa'ra Charismata.
Right.
Or if you just Google me, everything will come up. My Spotify will come up. My YouTube will come. You know how it works.
Yes.
You'll find everything.
That's
the only thing that I need to stress is the fact that don't go to my old IG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that. It's not a good idea.
Yeah. Don't give these hackers energy.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's something that IG has to do a better job of right now. I already know of like 3 DJs, a clothing brand company that have all been hacked, and you know how that goes. Okay, so give me 3 things. It could be a personality trait. It could be something quirky that you do. It could be something that you're pretty proud of that you can do. But give me 3 things that your fans and listeners won't know about you by following you, listening to your music, watching your videos. 3 things
that they won't know.
Yeah, that they won't be able to find out from listening or watching you.
I'm actually really goofy. Like,
okay.
I'm like super, like, if you look at my Instagram and stuff like you said, yeah, maybe I look a certain way. I'm like, oh, I'm like pretty girl, like whatever. I'm actually like, I get my hands dirty.
Okay.
And this you might know from my Instagram. I don't know, but I'm very athletic. I like to do
I saw that. Yeah, the fitness video. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you might know that, but yeah.
But we could count that. We could count that as one because you don't have like a ton of videos like stressing. Hey guys, this is how you do up and downs, and this is this is the right form for a push up, and so all right. So you're goofy. Okay. You're health minded. Let's put it that way. Health minded.
Yeah, I'm health minded.
All right.
Sometimes, and I'm somewhat of a blackjack expert.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
I mean, I don't count cards or anything crazy like that.
Right.
Trust me.
You're a hustler, aren't you?
If you want to win big, bring me along to your team.
Oh, look at this. Okay. All right. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
But that goes back to my sports. Like I like sports.
Right. Are you very competitive?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Totally.
All right. That's good. Listen, Sa'ra, I think
in a fun way.
Listen, I think if I'm ever in Sweden or you're ever down in New York, I think we got to go. We'll hit the casinos a little bit. I think we could chill. I think that'd be a good time.
I'm a really good time.
All right. Good. Okay.
But people don't know that because I'm really boring on Instagram.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. They're listening to this interview and they're like, "Yo, this girl, she sounds mad cool. So that's good. That's good that we're opening up people's minds.
Yeah, mad cool.
Shout outs. Give some shout outs. Shout out the team. Shout out family. Shout out whomever.
Yeah. Shout out to my mom and my dad. They're my best friends. Probably my only friends. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, and shout out to, everybody that's been tuning into my music. I have a lot of, it's not a whole lot of new followers, but I do have some new followers. So, thank you for, tagging along on this journey. Yeah, and
Okay.
I want to thank Michael's Bars is someone I want to thank.
Okay.
I'm working. Yeah, he's been he's been helping me out with things. My PR people,
Right.
Fifth Element PR in the UK, Amanda. Let me not butcher her name. Alexandra. It's like a Greek last name, but
Right.
she's doing some radio promotion for me in the UK too. Yeah, I have a really great team, and Jogs in the UK too.
All right, that's
So
good.
shout out to everybody, and also shout out to everybody that's not been so helpful.
The haters, the haters and the trolls.
I don't even know if it's haters. It's just people that just make your life difficult for no reason.
Right,
you know
right,
what I mean?
They're just disgruntled people out there.
Yeah, yeah. And let me not forget Chris Gilroy, the producer that I made this track with. He's
Can't forget Chris.
yeah, he's amazing. Please follow him too, Chris Gilroy. Yeah.
All right. Okay, last question, and then I will let you go. If you had the opportunity, and this kind of ties into you haven't been able to perform "Life Is Not About Control" anywhere. If you had the opportunity to perform that song anywhere in the world, anywhere specific, where would you want to perform it?
I think I would want to do it on some a festival or something like that.
Okay.
I don't see it my other songs. They work well in bars and that kind of clubs, but Life's Not About Control. It's more of it's like a freedom song. I see it being a song I would want to perform at some
like a Lollapalooza,
peace-oriented
Electric Daisy,
something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, I like it. You want the big stage. You want everybody to be free together. I like it. Sa'ra, you are amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Definitely thank you for your talent. The song is great. Again, everybody listening right now, as soon as this show is done, go onto iTunes. Sa'ra Charismata. Look up "Life Is Not About Control." Buy her other stuff too. Support. Trying to make her way back, and anything that we can do to help is what we want to do. So exactly.
Please help me, guys.
Yes.
Help me find my audience.
That's
and
it.
Just and if you hear this interview, let me know that you came because you heard this interview.
There you go. Yeah.
Know.
Let's all be a part of the comeback story. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
All right.
you, DJ Echo.
I got you. I got you. Well, listen. Again, thank you for your time. So what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna lower the music that we have playing in the background, and I just want you to introduce your brand new track, and we'll get right into it so everybody can listen to it. Sa'ra, you're amazing. Thank you so much. The stage is yours.
Thank you, DJ Echo. Okay, so this song that you're about to hear is called "Life Is Not About Control," aka Limac. And as the title indicates, get out of your own mind, get out of your own way, stop trying to control everything, and just let life take you where you're supposed to be. Enjoy it.